It all started on a Wednesday morning, the kind where the city hums with life and everyone's coffee cups are filled to the brim. I had just arrived at my office complex, the one I owned outright, with every lease, every suite, and every hallway legally under my name. I parked my car, grabbed my briefcase, and walked toward the main entrance, only to find a shocking scene. Karen, clipboard in hand, standing like she was about to enforce a curfew. "Excuse me," she shouted, gesturing dramatically. "You cannot park or enter this building. This property falls under HOA regulations, and I am the acting inspector." I stopped in my tracks, blinking. Karen, this is my building." She waved her hand dismissively. "That's irrelevant. HOA rules apply to the community, and you are clearly violating multiple codes. I'm calling the authorities if you don't leave immediately." Normally, I'd ignore people like her, but today I decided to let her dig her own hole. "Please, by all means call them," I said calmly, taking out my phone and pretending to check emails. Within minutes, 2 patrol cars rolled up. Karen's face lit up like she'd summoned the cavalry. "See, I told you." The deputies stepped out and looked at the scene. Karen pointed at me and shouted, "He's trespassing. He's ignoring HOA regulations." I smiled politely. "Gentlemen, this is my office. I own the entire complex, all suites, all floors, and the parking lot. I have the deeds, the leases, and the tax records. You may verify if you wish." The deputies glanced at each other, then at Karen. One of them raised an eyebrow. "Ma'am, do you have any proof that the HOA controls this building?" Karen faltered. "Well, it's under the HOA's community jurisdiction." The deputy shook his head. "Sorry, ma'am. The owner is clearly present, and you're trespassing." Karen's eyes widened. "No, that's impossible. I'm enforcing community codes. You can't just..." The second deputy stepped forward. "Ma'am, you are going to leave immediately or we'll have to escort you." Karen turned bright red, finally realizing she had no authority here. She stomped her way out, muttering, "This isn't over." I went back inside, shut the doors, and checked my office's security cameras. There she was, pacing outside, frantically waving at her HOA minions. One of them tripped on the curb, sending his clipboard flying into a nearby flower bed. I couldn't help but laugh. Later that day, I sent a formal letter to the HOA. Any future attempts to enforce HOA regulations on my property will be treated as trespassing. Legal action will follow. Karen tried to file complaints, but the county records, deeds, and multiple witnesses made her claims laughably invalid. Within a month, the HOA board issued an official reprimand. Karen was barred from contacting any tenants, clients, or employees at my office. I even added a new feature to my lobby, a small plaque next to the reception desk reading, "Private property. HOAs do not control this building. Violators will be escorted." From that day on, every time I walked through the lobby, I smiled. Karen had learned a simple but painful truth. No HOA president, no matter how arrogant, can claim authority over what they don't legally own. The best part? Every new tenant who moved in got a little welcome note. "Rest assured, your landlord is legally in charge, not your HOA. Justice paperwork style. Scroll collision office building."